witnessed when I was there was he ate a lot of tri-tip from Whole Foods.
Wait, what did he eat?
Drank water. Tri-tip. Like Whole Foods has these little tins with already cooked tri-tip steak, and he would just kind of walk into the kitchenette area, like when maybe taking a break from rehearsal, grab a hunk of meat, take a bite out of it, and walk back and continue shredding.
He's like a caveman.
That's some meal plan.
He's like, I don't want to say caveman. He's like a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
What about Wolf and Al?
I never saw Al eat, and I think Wolf must have eaten before he would come up. I mean, man, there's one tiny little refrigerator there with nothing in it. And I don't know if I told you this last time, but like in 2006, when I started getting more comfortable there, you know, I could put food in the refrigerator. And one day I put a couple of things in the refrigerator, and the next day they were gone. And I saw Ed, and I was like, hey, man, real quick, I had some things in the fridge. Did you see those? He goes, oh, that was your shit? Oh, yeah, I threw it away. I said, why? And he said, well, I didn't know it was yours. And I didn't know who put it in there. And I don't want shit in my refrigerator if I didn't know where it comes from. So I threw it away. I thought, do you think somebody's tried to kill you with almond milk and cheese?
So now, did you ever go into his main house?
Oh, yeah.
Did you shoot that too, or no?
No.
Okay, all right. So that was just, and what was?
Yeah, I mean the same thing goes along with the book. Like his house is his space.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd go down there because we're friends, and
right.
You know, I've seen the whole house. It's a nice house. But yeah, like in the book, you know, when it comes to like the personal stuff, like inside that house, I do mention a couple of features inside the house.
Okay.
But the personal life, there's no mention of JD. There's no mention of Valerie.
Right. What about paraphernalia, like Van Halen awards or anything along those lines? Is there anything like that around in 5150?
You can see there's one platinum thing on the wall for, like, I think when they sold 100 million. There's just that one thing on the wall, but it's coated in dust and it hangs kind of crooked.
Oh, that's funny.
And then in Matt's little workshop area, nailed above the doorway is a piece of wood with a gold record, like the tiny gold record on it for when it went gold in Mexico in 1984.
Oh, wow.
That's it with the award.
If I remember correctly, wasn't there a red and black and white striped toilet seat or something?
Oh, yeah, there's a picture of that in the book.
Oh, there's a picture of that in the book, too. Okay,
there's a picture of that in the book, and there's the story of how that toilet seat came to be.
Oh, awesome. That's awesome. That's great. That is great. So that's awesome, man. Well, we really look forward to this book. It is called Eruption in the Canyon. It is available on Amazon.com. It is $50. It is 12 by 12, right? 12
by 12, very nice hardcover, really nice paper stock. High-end printing. We found this great company out of London.
Right. So this is a coffee table keepsake. And so if you're a Van Halen fan, which means you're listening to this podcast, everyone listening to this podcast should get this book. The reason I say that is I've spent money on a lot of books that are not even worth the $25 I paid for it. This at $50 is definitely worth getting. This is something that you're going to keep forever, that you're going to want to read over and over. Eruption in the Canyon, Amazon.com. It is a perfect Christmas gift, birthday gift, whatever you want, or a gift to yourself. Sometimes people give you gift cards at Christmas. Go get it on Amazon.com. $50 is totally worth it because, let me tell you, some of these coffee table books are like $100. And look at the Zeppelin one. That one's expensive as hell. So $50 is a bargain. And Andrew, I want to thank you so much for coming back on, man. It's just great to talk to you again.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Now, we wish you the best of luck with the book, and we're very excited about this. This is a peek inside 5150. If you ever wondered about 5150, what it looks like, Ed's whole mastermind workshop is, this is what this book is all about. You're not going to be reading about dirt. You want that. There's other books for that. You want cool pictures. You want cool stories, fly-on-the-wall accounts of 5150 from 2004 to 2006. Andrew's the guy. So you're definitely going to want to check this out. So please, everybody go out and get a copy. Andrew, listen, wish you best of luck with it, man. I hope you do well with it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you having me on.
I'm not predicting it. I just say someday we made too good of music together with Eddie and I and Van Halen. We had such a great thing for a long time. When it went sour, it went sour. It wasn't just because of us. There was a lot of outside forces. Our manager died, and a new guy came in, and he just totally divided the band and conquered us, you know. So I think there will come a time where Eddie's going to wake up and go, hey, man, I miss being friends with Sammy, if nothing else. Or I would love to, make that music again, or play those songs again. Because they have no choice. They've got Sam or they got Dave. And they can't find a new guy. They already tried that. It didn't work. So it's like, it's inevitable if Eddie and Al want to play music for the rest of their life. Someday they're going to have to come and deal with me. And it's like, I'm pretty easy to deal with.
Need a laugh? Check out the Funny How Comedy Podcast, which focuses on upbeat conversations with legendary comedians. It's free on Spreaker and iTunes. Check us out on Facebook at Funny How Comedy Podcast, on Twitter at Funny How Podcast, on Instagram at Funny How Comedy Podcast, or email us at funnyhowcomedypodcast@gmail.com.
Hey, this is Andy Algord from the Groove Kings and Guitar World Magazine, and you're listening to Dave and Dave Unchained.
Hi, I'm Jackie Martling. My brand new autobiography, The Joke Man, Bow to Stern, is being released. Go to JackieTheJokeman.com. Great holiday gifts, easy to wrap. I guarantee you are going to love this book.
I think that if you listen closely to Van Halen's lyrics, and I have written every single one of them, you won't find one sexist lyric. You won't find one victimizing sort of thinking. You won't find that victimization tact of thought.
Hello, Jason.
Hello.
It's great to talk to you. I recently saw you perform with The Circle. It was a fantastic show.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. So
you got to see what I do for a living, and this is, and then, or either one is what I do for fun, and I make a living out of one of them.
That's right. I've seen you back to when you were in your original band Bonham. So wow, longtime fan.
So you remember me? We remember me with hair.
With hair, yes. And I had hair then too, and I'm now bald like you. How do you like that?
It's very hip now. I think we're very lucky.
That's right. So wanted to start where I love the Led Zeppelin experience that you put together. I saw you at Jones Beach. I've seen you at Westbury when you did the back-to-back nights, and always a great show. Wanted to ask you, because Led Zeppelin's music is regarded as some of the best rock music ever made, were you hesitant to take it on the catalog?
Yes. I mean, hesitant to do it at all. If you can imagine, put yourself in this situation. 2007, you get together with Robert, Jimmy, and John Paul, and fulfill your wildest dreams 19 years after the last time you did it. And then in 2008, we carried on, Jimmy and John Paul and I carried on. Well, we got together and started doing some writing and rehearsals.
Right. Because
we weren't too sure what Robert was going to do. And, everyone just felt good after the O2. So we wanted to keep that, that momentum.
Right.
And then when that stopped, you can imagine my manager then said, well, why don't you put together like a Zeppelin tribute act?
Right.
And I was, are you fucking kidding me? Is that the best advice? Is that your 20% of managerial advice right there? I've just played with the real thing and you want me to put together. So it was, I didn't go in there jumping and waving flags, if you know what I mean.
Right.
It really took, I think, the thought of being able to do it slightly different, which was from a personal level, to be able to share stories, to be able to share some home movies, to do it in a slightly different way. Then I suddenly went, okay, I'm actually into this now, because to play the music live is some of the greatest catalogue ever made. People know that. So
of course,
for me as a drummer, but are people going to be more critical because I'm a Bonham and because I play with them? Yes. Right. So I really had to be sure after lots of rehearsals. It took a long time, and I still think we are still in the learning process, even though next year is our 10th year of doing this.
Wow.
A couple of years ago, a guitar player left, and it opened the door for me to find this breath of fresh air, Mr. Jimmy Sakurai from Japan, which kind of put a new lease of life into all of us. It made us, put it this way, we'd got comfortable playing them our way,
Right.
So we started to drift a little bit into our own thing.
Right.
So when it came to it, this new guitar player went, you play it wrong. And we were like, what? And then I'm going, what do you mean we play it wrong? I said, hey, we play it my way, or you can go on the highway.
Right.
But it really made me go, hold on a minute, what do you mean we play it wrong? And he played me all these different versions. So what I kind of did was, okay, I said, fair enough, I understand what you're trying to say. I said, but listen, what we want to do is take the best of 73, take the best of 71, take the best of 77, and put it all together.
Sure.
So it's still doing the music justice, but also giving it's not an exact copy.
Right.
It's what I always say, and what Led Zeppelin were great as. If you went to see them 5 nights at the Garden, you saw a different band every night.
Right.
It was how they felt and what was going on with them.
Sure.
That was a vital part that had to be done. Right. So for me, the hardest thing is picking the material, to be honest with you.
Sure. There's so much to choose from. What newer Zeppelin songs have you added to the set for the Led Zeppelin experience?
4 Sticks.
Okay.
In the Light, Celebration Day.
Right.
Friends. I think tonight we're adding Heartbreaker, which we've never done. We've never done that live. And I think what else one would I add? We interchanged some of the other ones. Sick Again. We haven't done that in a long time.
What about the Rover? Do you do the Rover?
Well, why not? But that's one of them. We do that mini sound check.
Okay.
And it's that one. It's a toss-up usually between that and it's that thing. When we get to do it, I go, oh, yeah, let's try that one. Oh, yeah. And usually tonight, the opening night of the tour, is usually the one when the crew come to us the following day and say, guys, you got to cut it down from 3 hours.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now, your dad is known as one of the most innovative drummers of all time. Was it intimidating stepping into his shoes?
Yeah. I mean, when you put it like that, anybody in their right mind, it would be same as if Jimmy Page's son was playing guitar now and doing the same business.
Sure.
In a band. You got to look at it as, if you're Hendrix's son, every drummer I've ever been influenced by, when I've met them, Dad's always in their top 3.
Sure, of course.
Now, the other 2 may change depending on who I'm talking to.
Right.
But Dad's always in there.
Right.
So you got to look at it and go, for me, he was just, not just, but he was Dad. He wasn't,
right.
I didn't know him as anything else other than he was just the regular guy, the very quiet guy, but, to the world, he was this amazing guy, Bonzo, that was innovative, creative. For me, it was like, Dad, can we go? Can I go to the store? Can we go and see the police?
Right.
Yeah.
Sure. So now also, do you purposely play like him or do you naturally have the same style?
That I'm not too sure. You'd have, if people say I play a bit like him, then great. I'm very, that was, when I'm playing his songs, obviously that's the kind of thing I'm going for. So that's a bonus. I think there's when I'm playing my own stuff or when I'm playing with Sammy, there's a mixture of all the different drummers that I've loved, from Phil Collins to Alex Van Halen to Chad Smith to Richie Hayward.
Right.
They're all in there. Keith Moon.
Right.
So, and eventually I think it just ends up being, me. I'm a true believer in you play the song for what the song is.
Right.
And Dad's fills were so like guitar parts that you couldn't just go and change the part because you're a different drummer.
Right.
I respect those key drum fills. You can't come into Stairway to Heaven at the time when the drums come in with anything other than black dunk dunk.
Right,
you can't suddenly change it up.
Sure.
Well, for me, it would be that'd be like changing the guitar part right at the beginning.
Right.
Yeah, there's certain things I think that stay the same. I like to, think that Dad had this thing about going for it, and his dream was always to play it better than he played it on the album.
Sure.
Now, I read an interview with Neil Peart where Neil Peart's goal was to play it as good as he did on the album.
Sure.
Which came from very different paths. You know what I mean? Dad always was trying to make it better. Neil was just to get it as good as he did it when he first did it. So,
sure. They used to say that your dad would play along, weave in and out of Jimmy's riffs, as opposed to playing with the bass player. Is that more along the lines of how you saw it?
Fortunately enough, when you got something like Jimmy in a band, and that's how I